Is this thing working? Is this thing on? Come on. Here we go. Oh, it's on the wrong headset. Hold on. Guess that doesn't really matter that the sound is coming over the headset because that I could still hear it. Not the headset that I want to use for these shows. It was for the Fortnite headset. Ay, caramba. Why is that not? Oh, there. Yeah, I got to hit the right button. Oh, I'm still making an adjustment to OBS Studio. The things that are not right. I'm not going to go into that now. I'm going to go catch up with channel comments that I have been negligent about. Back here, Windows Daily number 336. Today is 339. So Jim's comment here was a couple days ago. He got a kick out of my reference about this paid products just suck. Yeah. A little out of character for me, huh? And then here's another one from Jim. Whether NVIDIA or AMD GPU is better depends upon the number of factors, applications used, games you play, performance for the money, etc. Implying that variation on each of those would make one of those graphics adapters better than the other. Some games play better on AMD than NVIDIA. Did not know that. Some play better on NVIDIA than AMD. Did not know that. You can use either of them regardless of the CPU. If you consider DLSS and frame generation important, then you maybe need NVIDIA. If not, you buy AMD. All right, well, there's some guidance. Well, I'm not going to make any changes to my system based upon that, but that was all regarding the conversations we were having with Alice about her new computer purchase. Which, by the way, Alice is in the chat room. Where are you at with that computer purchase? Are you going to do it? Undecided? Still evaluating? Where are you at? Just out of curiosity. No pressure. It's all your choice and decision, of course. And then Jim says a NAS, network attached storage, comes in handy if you have multiple devices wanting to access the same data. Yes, absolutely. I don't have that. As far as I know, Ken Stout doesn't have that. You can store all your movies on a NAS and have any smart TV in the house play them. Same goes for picture files. In Ken's case, he has data strewn over several different hard disk drives, and a NAS would provide a single data repository and bring some order to his chaos. Well, I question that because in order to do that, he's got to move everything over, and he's got to get rid of duplications and such. So what does it matter whether he's sending that to a NAS or sending that to another drive in his computer? If he's sending it to another drive in his computer, that transfer is going to be quicker than copying or moving it across the network. So I think maybe the investment of a NAS would maybe make him do it. That's a pretty significant point too. A NAS with a minimum of 2 drives in RAID 1 provides some protection from drive failure. RAID 0 I would avoid like the plague. There is a time, let's see, when was it? I came up with a notion of a particular scenario where RAID 0 would be attractive. Oh, I know what it is. Let's suppose you have a computer that is internally capable of RAID 0 on its motherboard. It's capable of it. And you have filled up your OneDrive, your single drive, and you want a quick way with least amount of downtime to upgrade your space. This is a very specific, narrow situation because what most of us would do is we'd make an image backup of the drive that's running out of space, put in a much larger drive, and restore. But that's downtime. If downtime is critically important, and there are some cases where it is, you could shut the computer down, open it up, put in the second drive, start it back up, and initialize the RAID 0, and you're up and running pretty quickly, I think. I haven't actually done that, but I'm pretty sure that that would get a computer up and running quickly. And with RAID 0, you could add additional drives later and just grow your space that way. It's not a fault tolerant. It's not going to protect you against one of the drives going bad. One of those drives goes bad, you lose it all. So it all has to be backed up somehow, which my choice for that would be cloud backup such as Magnus Box, because it'll continually just keep backing up the new stuff. You never have to go redo the initial full backup. Okay, so just my opinion. Your mileage may vary. Thank you, Jim, for that. That helps add more to that conversation. And then whoops, one more up here. Villanova, why don't you just use a power line device to use the electrical system to transfer information and make a wall jack from that? I actually went back and watched this video to find out what in the world that was, because that was a long time ago. In that video, I was describing a situation where my client's office had expanded into an adjacent office space that was owned by the neighboring business, and the business owners of my client and this other business owner were close friends and somewhat business partners. Hang on. And the business owner had handled the wiring of the Ethernet jacks in this space that my client was going to occupy. And I think he made a mistake. I think he accidentally wired up the jack and didn't realize that he was connecting it to his patch panel and network rather than my client's network and patch panel. So what I did in that scenario was I just left that computer on Wi-Fi, because he was one wall away from the Wi-Fi device. And this person will say, well, why not use a power line device? Well, here's the reasons. I didn't have one with me, one. Two, they're a little bit flaky and they'd have to be on the same, at least the same electrical panel, preferably, I think, the same electrical circuit. And did I already say their performance is not going to be as good? And there was just no reason to. There was no need to do that because the Wi-Fi was working fine. But thank you for your question, Villanova. And it does point out that power line Ethernet devices can be used, and I would use them in a situation where the Wi-Fi was not close enough to get a good signal. If it was through several walls, wasn't getting a good signal, then we could have used a power over, or Ethernet over power, not power over Ethernet. That's a different device. Also a true device that exists. Power over Ethernet is a real thing, but Ethernet over power is different, and that's what Villanova was suggesting here. And there are circumstances where I might use that. I don't have that currently active in any of my clients' offices. I have used it in the past, like 12 years ago, in a home environment. It worked. I wasn't real happy with it. I imagine they've made some advances in that industry. So thank you for your comment, Villanova. Let's see. I'm going to not heart that and thumbs up yet. I'm going to reply to him with a timestamp for this video. I recognize the name Villanova. I'm not sure where from, but I know I've seen Villanova around. Maybe it was on Carrie Holzman's channel. Okay, so then let's go check in with chat room. Pop out Z-Chat. And it's already zoomed in a little bit. I'll go up to the top here. Alice says, hi, everyone. Josh says, hi, everyone. Danielle says, hi, everyone. John Williams. Good morning, Doug, and everyone in chat. Josh, please remember, if you are talking to me, please use the big letters. It's hard for me to see little letters. Thank you. If you're trying to send a message directly in chat to Josh, it is okay to use all caps. It does help him if you type in all caps that he can see better. But I'd ask you to do that only if you're specifically trying to put a message to him. Otherwise, you're making him read all these messages that aren't directed to him. So you'd be fine doing that. Ken Stout says, my day is ruined. Dancing Doug failed. What in the world is Dancing Doug? I have a suspicion. I caught that comment out of the corner of my eye before starting the show. I suspect that he is working on another Dougism. Ken Stout has been doing these Dougisms, and Yes, indeed. He told his audience that I okayed him to take clips from my videos and do whatever he wanted. Now, the second part of that, he misunderstood. The first part of that yeah, he has a blanket approval to take clips from my show and do whatever he wants with them. The second part, he didn't understand quite right. See, some of the people watching his show, not the Zoom homies. The Zoom homies don't see every time that Ken triggers one of the Dougisms. It's a little clip of me doing something silly, stupid, or somehow something that he thinks would be entertaining to the audience. Well, here's the thing. People watching the show on YouTube, not the Zoom homies, they wouldn't see this. People watching the show, they see every time that he triggers one of those. Well, a dad joke is funny the first time, maybe the second time, but 12 times in a 30-minute show, now it's just getting abusive. Now, however, I do understand that Ken Stout is trying to reduce his subscribers, get that number down low. It's like his golf score. The lower the number, the better. He's trying to reduce his subscribers. That might be why he's playing the same Dougism 12 times in a 30-minute show. Yeah, that could be. But what I was thinking was actually the real reason was I think he misunderstood that second agreement between us, where what he heard, I think what he heard me say was, I will pay you every time that you show a Dougism. See, he kind of has selective hearing. He missed a word from that sentence. What I said is, I will pay you back for every Dougism you show on you play on your show. All right, that's just all me and Ken poking at each other. Josh, hi Ken, greetings all. Alice, oh no, Kid Stout. Hellos, back and forth. Maybe time for the show. Good mornings. Undecided right now. Alice is undecided about the computer. All right. Brian Lightfoot, Alice. Everybody else has their minds made up for you. If she abides by all the other opinions that are coming out here, she's gonna have to buy 6 computers, right? Rick Lake's saying hello. Dennis is here after Hexona playing back at 150%. Ken Stout has something here. What's he got? Has he got a show coming up? Oh, he does have a show coming up. And today is Thursday, so I could do a redirect to that. That looks like that's not a premiere. That's a live show. All right, so then let's come over here to live streaming. Let this come up. Click into this video. Go edit. Oh boy, I think this might be a bad idea for me to redirect to the show today. I just got a feeling he's going to be showing stuff about editing Dougisms. Yikes. Well, maybe it might work out okay. He might lose some more subscribers by doing that. Fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed. Whenever Doug says quickly, look out. Let's see, before you, Kenda, Alice, before you ask. Zivi Manor, hello. Alice, yes, I remember from yesterday. Thanks, Ken Stout and Israel, Long Doug. Doug, they have to be on the same electrical panel with all the breakers and for better accuracy in transmitting data on the same breaker. Yeah, I've heard some people say they have to be on the same breaker and some people say they have to be on the same panel. I think I've even read that both ways, but I think this makes a whole lot of sense. Is it might perform better if it's on the same circuit breaker. And in my client's office, yeah, I got no idea whether those two spaces were on the same circuit board. Brian Lightfoot, you've scheduled 12:35 Eastern. Good luck with that. Was it 12:35 or was it 12:45? What did he say here? Oh, 9:35. We may be able to do that. I think we can do that. Optimal performance will be on the same breaker. Notice your studio is turning into a disco, RGB reflecting off the wall. Yeah, I got this RGB thing. This is celebration or Christmas lights or something like that. I kind of like them when they're a little bit slower. Might want to post an epilepsy warning, Wintermute says. So watch this. We'll go right here. I already have the app open. So let's go to, that scene was called Festival. If I go to Emotion, let's see, that's not a whole lot different. Let's go to Relaxation. Wait a minute, is there an Apply button? Oh, I got to choose one of the subcategories. There's emotion romantic. And then there's emotion breathe. And let's see, if I go back to festival, here's Christmas. And then Halloween. And birthday. Yeah, see, these things are just, really? Here's meditation. Will those change? Yeah, those are changing colors gradually. All right, enough of that. Move on. Ken Stout, Dance and Doug is not a project. I was referring to the epic trailer failure. Oh, the trailer. Yeah, that's right. The trailer was dancing. Well, I didn't perceive that as dancing. My Fortnite isn't, that's not dancing. It's lightsaber. That's why I didn't recognize it. But that was kind of fun. It was one that was really, really fast, and I failed. Lawn Dog, the fewer subscribers that a content provider has makes it much easier to manage those subscribers. There you go. That's a benefit. Savi Manor. When other Dougs will return from the frost. Yeah. The other Dougs got put out into the cold when I was with troubleshooting my streaming operations. By the way, the streaming issues from yesterday with the dropped frames and the spinning wheel of weight, refresh, buffering. The buffering, that's the word I was looking for. Hey, I found the word without Wintermute having to give it to me. Good Doug. But anyway, yeah, my internet speed was really bad at the end of the show yesterday. About half an hour after the end of the show, I was a part of the audience in about 400 participant Zoom session, and it couldn't keep up. I didn't even have my camera or microphone turned on, and that was from Baby Beast. So I did a speed test, found my internet was really slow, so I bailed out of that Zoom and restarted my Comcast router that's right there above my thumb. And by the way, when I do that, I always leave it unplugged for a full 2 minutes. I have proven it makes a difference. Now, it might be 1 minute and 10 seconds. I think your results may vary, but if you just unplug it and plug it right back in, you may still have the same problem. With Comcast anyway. But I do that with any internet service provider. I'll leave it unplugged for a full 2 minutes. Lawn Dog Ken, I saw your Walmart video a little while ago. Hello, Bobby Warren, Daniel. I think my 5700G build may be stable now, amongst other issues. It would appear a Western Digital external portable drive used with Macromedia Flex scheduled backups was problematic. If you have a drive attached that is not working right, it can cause hesitations and sluggishness and problems for your computer, even when you're not trying to use that drive. I want to ask you a question. Is Norton safe on a computer? Yes and no. I don't like, I recommend my clients don't use Norton. I recommend even a computer enthusiast not use Norton unless you're really going to learn how to use it. If you're really going to learn how to use it and care about all the extra things that they do to protect you, then okay, but I don't think it adds anything worthwhile above Windows Defender. And without a doubt, it's going to slow your computer down, no matter how you deal with it. If you were to turn off enough of the elements in Norton in order to reduce the amount that it's going to slow your computer, then you lose all of whatever benefits you might be paying for if you want those extra peripheral benefits. I don't think they're worthwhile. I think they're just Norton and all these other third-party security products trying to make themselves relevant in a day and age that Microsoft has got you covered, and they're just not relevant anymore. IMO, in my opinion. Dennis says, first premiere of a double header. So I think when you watch that premiere, it will redirect to the next premiere immediately after following. William Dawson, hello from Florida. Dennis, Christmas decorations, gotcha. I caught up now. I heard the word L. Randy Israel, I heard the word L. I don't know. Ken Stout, Fortnite this morning, Queen song, shaking my head. Yeah, okay, whatever. Jeff, opinions can vary, but I avoid Norton and McAfee like the plague. Me too. Any third-party product. I'd rather just Windows Defender. Every other product. And I have tried, well, back in the days of Windows 95, you had to have a third-party product. Microsoft was not sufficient. And even beyond that, it was Windows 10 was the first point that I got comfortable with Windows Defender. Prior to that, I was using third-party products. And every one of them, I would favor one particular product for a while, and then it would mess up, cause problems, where the problems were not caused by an infection, but actually the security software itself. So I would dump it and start evolving all my clients to another software that I become enthusiastic about, and then it would mess up. Whack-a-mole. It's just a whack-a-mole. Thanks, I did too. Doug, the other day while driving down the street, I saw the telephone company's connection box doors wide open, swinging in the wind, exposing all those connections to the desert elements. Those who use telephone service for their internet connection could have intermittent and glitchy connections. I suppose so. Josh, please don't forget about my issue with my backup. Yeah, that issue is, I don't think that is causing you any serious troubles, Josh. And we're going to connect remotely to your computer, intending that for Saturday, I think, right? All right, I am caught up in chat. Unmute. Did I just clear my throat in your ears? I think I hit the wrong button. OBS. Oh, now wait a minute. Yesterday in OBS, I'm going to show you the OBS screen. There was a chat panel up here in the upper right, and it's gone now. And it wasn't present in Fortnite. And after Fortnite this morning, I was trying to figure out how to get that back. So I did some Google searches, how to see YouTube chat in OBS Studio. And they were all talking about Twitch overlays. I couldn't find the answer. I've had 2 or 3 occasions when I start a live stream, just automatically opens up a chat window right in OBS. I want that. I want that back. Where'd it go? Well, what I could do is come over here to monitor 3 where I have this other chat room, pop out that chat, and drag it over to the right side of OBS Studio. So here it is on the right side of OBS Studio. Then when I take my monitor 2 off the screen, you won't see that over the stream anymore. All right, that works. Doug, it sounds like you've never taken a look at the punch-down panel for telephone connections. Have you ever looked at how that connection is made? Well, yeah, I've watched the technicians do the punch-downs with that little tool that puts the wire between the little teeth. Yeah. I don't know why you think was I not taking your comment seriously enough? The other day I saw the telephone box wide open, swinging in the wind, exposing those connections to desert elements. Yeah, I'm with you on that. My 4 terabyte is showing red. You muted just in time. My 4 terabyte drive is showing red. You muted just in time. Did that somehow save your 4 terabyte drive? I think those are 2 separate sentences instead of a continuation. So yeah, I muted to, apparently I muted so that I didn't clear my throat in your ears. It went to XSplit. XSplit. Oh boy. I've got to do interpretation here. I am Groot. What did he really mean by that? Did he mean my chat room went to XSplit? The chat that I saw in OBS Studio. This must be his sense of humor. Yeah, he thinks that's a joke to say that it went to XSplit, if that's what he meant. I don't know. What are you going to do? Can is a can is a can. Jim, Defender Windows 10 should have put Norton and McAfee out of business, but people still have bad habits they can't break. Yeah, should have put them out of business. But they said, their board of directors says, oh no, they're gonna kill us with this Windows Defender. It is so good now in Windows 10. What are we gonna do? And then they came up with all these other security features to protect your social security number, to watch your credit, to check the dark web for your information, and to do other stuff to try to convince you that their product is worthwhile. And each one of those extra stuff that they do takes up your processor time, slows down your computer. So unless you've got a really monster fast computer and you're not wanting to do gaming or video editing or anything that needs processor, then you can let the security product do all that extra busy work. So they give these scary marketing messages. Oh no, you are at risk if you don't use our product. Ugh. Literally hundreds of OBS videos on YouTube, all kinds of subjects. Yeah, find the one that gives me what I want. I did Google search and I found everything I found was not what I was searching for. Now, I think those chat rooms came up right after I freshly connected to my YouTube account. So I think if in OBS, if I disconnect from my YouTube account and then connect to my YouTube account for Live Windows Training or for Fortnite, then the chat room will come up. But next time I stream, I'll have to disconnect and reconnect again. Dennis, you cleared your throat while I was typing red. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. My 4 terabyte is showing red, and then I hit my mute button. I get it. Your OBS chat went to XSplit. Yeah, because that makes sense as a joke. Somehow, I'm going to pay you back for overusage of Dougisms. If there are any Zoom homies watching, could you please click the normal link for Zoom? I want to test if I have reset it properly. Thanks. Okay. I don't know. Am I considered a Zoom homie? Let's see. It's 9:28. I don't know. I don't know if I qualify as a Zoom homie. Oh, look at that chat. Isn't that's the chat that's supposed to be in OBS? Oh, it's been there all along. It's just been hidden on another screen. Maybe that's it. So if I go over here and click on any one of my icons and then click on a K. It went to this one with the K. That's the wrong one. Another K. Here's Ken Stout Zoom. So then if I click on that, open in Zoom homies, this is what he means by the normal link. This going in and then join. Is this what he wanted me to do? And that gets me into Ken's personal meeting room. Host and join will let them know you're here. And here we go. See if it's working. So I'm doing this because Ken Stout asked for us to do this. Let's see. Join with computer audio.
For us to
oh, yeah. It works.
Audio.
Look at that ghost image of Ken on my shirt.
Well, this audio is going to be horrible.
That's weird. And then
thank you, Dad.
Start video. Oh, you're welcome, Kenneth.
Video.
I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Goodbye. Goodbye. All right. So that happened. It's 9:30. He's starting at 9:35. Now, see, he can start early. If I finish my stream early, Ken can start early. All I have to do is give him undocked OBS window. That's what it was. You may at least be honorary homie. Alice, take care. And let's see, what's this? text explain. So I did have the chat window open. Apparently it was just undocked and it was over on another screen. So I think that one's solved. But I'm going to go ahead and open these two anyway because I'll get a look at them. So Ken Stout would be able to start his show early as long as I give him enough notice, right?